of another mom shaming Whitney for taking this role because she's a mom of 3. It is crazy that it is 2025 and moms are still being shamed for like working, taking opportunities, etc., etc.
The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives reunion just dropped, and the drama is absolutely wild. We're talking backstage breakdowns, parents calling out their son-in-law on camera, and accusations flying everywhere about who kissed who at Vanderpump Villa. But here's what nobody expected. One of the moms just landed on Broadway, and now she's getting mom-shamed by a major podcast host. The Season 3 reunion was pure chaos. The drama started before the episode even aired. In the weeks leading up, fans were watching Deja and Jesse go back and forth online through Instagram stories and TikTok comments. These two were not holding back. But the real controversy that took over the reunion? The Marciano situation. Marciano became one of the most controversial figures this season, and things got messier when he spoke out defending himself from accusations Deja made against him. Lisa Vander herself stepped in. She publicly came to Marciano's defense after Deja denied any romantic involvement and accused him of inappropriate touching. Lisa claims she's seen every piece of footage from Vanderpump Villa, and based on that, she's standing by Marciano. Before we get into the details, who do you think is telling the truth about Vanderpump Villa? Team Deja or Team Jen? Drop your answer in the comments and smash that like button and hype button so more people see this drama. At the reunion, this became the main topic. Deja stood by her claims that she never crossed the line with Marciano. She denied any romantic or physical relationship. But Jen had a completely different story. Deja and her husband Brett were pressing Jen hard about what she claimed to see. Jen had been saying she witnessed things that crossed boundaries. Deja pushed back, saying Jen didn't actually see anything. Her argument was simple. I didn't kiss Marciano, so why are you saying I did? Here's what Jen admitted to. She saw flirting, touching, and googly eyes between Deja and Marciano. In her opinion, that was inappropriate for a married woman. But Deja and Brett kept pushing, because Jen never actually witnessed a kiss or Deja sitting on his lap. Now get this. When Dakota came out, he refused to be on set with the other moms. The producers had to ask all the women to leave. So backstage, Deja completely broke down over not being believed about Vanderpump Villa. She said what she was feeling was excruciating. She just wanted the moms to believe her. She was begging production to let her go home. This woman was in pain from not being believed, and it was all happening backstage. While Deja was breaking down, new footage revealed something Jesse didn't want everyone seeing. The reunion aired clips of Jesse and Marciano talking about their affair. What came out was shocking. In this footage, Jesse tells Marciano that she loved him, and she told him she was planning to leave her husband. Her husband, Jordan, was sitting right there watching this. He was clearly upset, asking, "You told him you were going to leave me for him?" Jesse tried to clarify. She said she told Marciano she was leaving her husband, but never said it was for him. Like that distinction makes it better. But that wasn't even the worst part. Jesse and Marciano argued on camera about what actually happened physically. Jesse was adamant they kissed but did not sleep together. Meanwhile, Marciano's been telling people he slept with Jesse. She's confronting him, saying, "We did not sleep together. Stop saying we did." This is playing out in front of her husband. The affair was way deeper than anyone knew. Love confessions, divorce plans, conflicting stories about how far things went. This was uncomfortable. And just when you thought it couldn't get more intense, Taylor's parents walked on stage. Things were already tense between Dakota and Taylor, but when her parents came out, it went to another level. They were brought out to confront Dakota. They refused to accept his apology for alleged explicit messages he sent to a family friend while Taylor was pregnant. Dakota tried to defend himself about those messages, but Taylor's dad shut it down. He said he can't accept anything from Dakota's mouth because it's all BS. Her father called him out on camera and said he doesn't believe anything Dakota says. Then Taylor brought up the last reunion. She reminded everyone Dakota vowed to change. He promised he'd be different. But he didn't change. That's the real reason they're not together. His empty promises destroyed their relationship. But here's the comment that made Dakota lose it. Taylor said she felt bad Dakota is her baby's father. Dakota took this as her saying, he's a bad dad. He was furious. Though it seemed more like Taylor expressing regret about co-parenting with someone she can't trust. Dakota was done. He stormed off set, just got up and walked away. That's how the reunion ended. The producers wrapped it up right there. And here's what made people laugh. They signed off with happy holidays. After all that darkness, they wished everyone happy holidays like this was a cheerful special. Fans had strong reactions. The biggest complaint? It was only 1 hour. People wanted more time because so much focused on Marciano, Jesse, and Deja. Some cast members barely got airtime. Whitney especially didn't get to talk much. But Whitney might not have gotten reunion time. But everyone's talking about her this week. Because Whitney just made an announcement that has the internet divided.
How, like, to be in LA for 4 months doing Dancing with the Stars, and then to now shift to New York City doing Chicago, like, that takes so much of her time. How is she managing, like, prioritizing being a mom and her kids, who I imagine have some sort of schedule and routine?
Most of you know Whitney was on Dancing with the Stars this season. After she was eliminated, everyone wondered what's next. This week, we got the answer. Broadway, she's playing Roxy Hart in Chicago. This is massive.
That, like, you know, and I know their home base was Utah, so it's like, I just am so curious. 3. I'm just so curious, like, how that...
Yeah.
Whitney also landed a movie role. She's saying this is just the beginning. She spent 4 months in Los Angeles for Dancing with the Stars. Now she's moving to New York for Broadway. Her career is taking off.
To Natalie's point, Whitney has gone from, all right, we're going to uproot our life. We're moving to LA. We're going to do Dancing with the Stars. And then now we're going to uproot our life. We're going to go to New York. We're going to do Broadway.
Here's important background. Nick Viall hosted previous reunions, and fans felt he had something against Whitney. The way he pressed her was noticeably harder than the other moms. Whitney even called him out during a reunion for coming at her while going easy on everyone else. Nick didn't host this reunion. He claims Netflix contract issues prevented him from hosting a Hulu show. Stacey took over instead. And when she started hosting, some moms told her they were happy she was there because she's unbiased. That felt like a dig at Nick. Now here's where Nick proved he's not a Whitney fan. On his podcast with wife Natalie this week, they discussed Whitney's opportunities. The way they talked came across as mom-shaming. They questioned how Whitney can be a mom while taking these projects.
It's a lot for all of them. I mean, it's yet to their credit. I mean, I am curious how they're making it all work.
They kept asking how she manages being away from her kids. 4 months in LA, now New York for Broadway. How is she prioritizing being a mom? How are her 3 kids handling this? Their tone sounded like judgment, not curiosity. The internet exploded calling them out. Trisha Paytas jumped in to defend Whitney. Trisha said it's wild that in 2025 we're still shaming moms for working. She talked about how people call her husband the nanny when really he's just a dad.
I have been on the receiving end of this too, where people call my husband the nanny, the mom, about just a dad. It just reeks jealousy, bitterness, projection, because it's like, how does that affect you? How does that make her less of a mom? In my opinion, makes her a better mom, because what? She's also a human being. She also gets to live her life.
Trisha said this reeks of jealousy. How does Whitney working affect anyone? How does it make her less of a mom? Pursuing dreams makes Whitney a better mom. Kids benefit from seeing mom achieve goals. And if a dad worked away for months, nobody would question it. Some defended Nick and Natalie as genuinely curious. But most aren't buying it. Here's the double standard everyone's pointing out. When Taylor was cast as the Bachelorette, they were supportive. They didn't ask how Taylor would balance being a single mom, co-parenting 3 kids while filming.
Like, getting to see a mom like live her dreams and live her life is so beneficial for the kids in so many ways. Kids are always the priority, of course, but it takes a village for a reason. If a man went out to work for a few months and the kids were still at home to go to school, no one would bat an eye. Who's to say she's not bringing the kids with her? In fact, when I brought my kids to New York, we bonded so closely because we were like in this new little bubble that had no distractions of where we lived.
So why question Whitney but not Taylor? Both are moms taking career opportunities. The difference feels personal. Nick's history backs this up. Months ago, he said he needed to pick me up and played Whitney's hospital video that got her canceled. That's not a fan. The whole thing feels bitter. Maybe Whitney's actually busy, or maybe she doesn't want to deal with someone who clearly doesn't like her. Either way, she's landing Broadway roles while Nick's questioning her parenting. So that's the full story on the reunion chaos and Whitney drama. Do you think Nick and Natalie were mom-shaming or just curious? Who do you believe about Vanderpump Villa? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for updates. Hit that like and hype button. Thanks for watching. See you next time.